Hey everyone, it's Lainey. Welcome back. I am so excited about this card. As you can see from the thumbnail, it's a lot of yellow. I am going to be using Concord and 9th's Buttercup. It's a new color that I added to my collection, and needless to say, I'm a bit obsessed. I also purchased their new Dot and Blossom stencil, so we're going to work with this first. And I also have these arch frames from Amazon, and I've used one of them already and they cut great. So I'll link this down below if it's still available for you to add to your collection if you would like. So go ahead and open this up, and I'm bringing in my panel here, which is a 110-pound cardstock in white. And if you are new to the channel, that's all I have in white. It's just the 110, so I use that for pretty much, well, I use it for the panel and the card base, and that's been working for me thus far. Now I need to get some tape real quick to get this fixed. Okay, so let me use my mint tape from scrapbook.com and fix the panel. And we are going to cut this down with the arches. And now just going to align the stencil, really just making sure that it's straight and not crooked. And then I will tape that down as well. Okay, so once again, going to bring in Concord and 9th's Buttercup. And I'm just going to lather on my blending brush here, which is really inexpensive set from Amazon. And I want some of them to be lighter in color and some of them to be really saturated and vibrant, just to give it some variation, because we are just going to be using yellow on yellow on yellow pretty much. With a little bit of white, of course, but you know, when you find a color that you're obsessed with, why not try to create a card with that one color? Okay, so done with the Buttercup, and let's remove the mint tape. And I'm just going to stick it to the side of my glass mat. And I love it. You can kind of see how some of the areas are darker. That's exactly what I want. And I will rinse this off after I'm done with my card. And very carefully removing the tape from our panel. It's really low tack, but it can still rip, so I just like to be cautious. Now, bringing back in these arches, and I have these three separated. I think I want to use the third one down. Yes. So just perfect. So once again, I'm going to use this masking tape to tape the die down because I don't want anything to shift. And now I'm going to run this through my Spellbinders Platinum 6. Okay. And I think I want to run this arch die through my Platinum 6 a couple more times so I can build the panel up. Very carefully. Let's remove this tape. Whew, that was kind of making me nervous. And there we have our card panel with the variation of light to dark of the Buttercup. And off camera, I'm going to run 110-pound cardstock through a couple more times just to make this more durable for our card. So I cut out 2 more arches to layer the panel together, and now I have pulled Buttercup from Concord and 9th, and I have folded it, and I did a horrible job of aligning it, but it's okay because I'm going to bring in the arches again, and we're going to cut this down as an arch card base. So I just want to make sure, let me bring this in here. All right, so now I'm using the one size up of the arch, and what I'm going to do is align it. So this is an A2 size card base, and like I said, I did a horrible job folding it, so it's not even, but that is okay. So I have it folded over, and I'm going to take my die and have my die falling off of the creased side of the card, so it will cut the arch out, but we will still have that fold. And just make sure that the die is on the rest of the card. So it is, I have it aligned really close down to the bottom here, and taping it down, of course. But now you can see how the die is just slightly off of the card. So now, once again, I'm going to run this through my Spellbinders. And I just ran it through once. I'm going to bring it back through just to make sure that die is cutting through, because we are using 2 layers because the card base is folded. Did it cut all the way through? It did. And now let's remove this masking, this tape. Part of the tape is wanting to stick to my card. How neat. I love this technique. So simple, but it just changes it up from your traditional square card. All right, so we have our card base, we have our panel. Let's go ahead and build this up. I'm going to come in with my liquid glue and just apply it all over and stack up my layers here. Move fast so we can get this straight. And now for our panel. And if you didn't want to build it up with paper, you could always use foam tape, adhesive foam, to help give it a little more depth. But I just chose to do paper this time because of the shape. I felt that the paper would be easier for me. So let's go ahead and just add the panel to the card base, and then we will work on our sentiment. And I'm not sure if this card needs embellishments or not. We'll see. Just doing my best to visually align this. Oh, it's beautiful. I love it. I'm going to turn it over and once again apply pressure just to help that glue get adhered. All right, and this is what we have so far. Our panel that's built up just a bit in our unique arc card base. And yeah, it's just yellow on yellow and I love it. So I just ran through my sentiment with the shadow layer, once again from Concord and 9th. It's the Just Saying dies, which is another new addition to my supplies. And this is just the 110-pound cardstock in white. And then I had some vellum in yellow, and it looks great with this Buttercup. So I thought, why not? We'll just keep on adding the yellow. So first, I want to glue down the I love you so sentiment on top of the vellum, and then I'll turn it over and apply the glue only where I can see this through the vellum, if that makes sense. And I want to do that this way because you can't apply glue just anywhere on your vellum. It will show through and it does not look good. Oh goodness, I did kind of crud. I kind of messed the Y up. Let's see. It's got just a little bend in it. I'm going to turn this over. Apply pressure. And there we have our sentiment, and I just bent a little bit of the Y. But now, like I said, I'm going to turn this over and only apply it where the I love you so is coming through. Just a bit. Okay. Bringing in my card. And let's center this. Yes. I guess this is a good masculine card too, or more on the masculine side. I guess maybe I could have used the dots instead of the flowers to make it more masculine. The flowers are kind of more feminine, but it also depends on the person you're giving it to, their style. Because everyone has different interests and views of what they find appealing, of course. And look at the card, guys. I am obsessed with this yellow. I absolutely love it. Okay, let me pull some embellishments and see if anything kind of works. I'm kind of thinking the dewdrops, because there's so much color here, maybe we just need to add a little texture with the embellishments. So I pulled my go-to gold embellishments from Hobby Lobby, and the gold would look great. And it would be cute to also add the embellishments in between the flowers to add the center of the flower. I really like that idea as well, but I decided just to go even more simple because we do have a lot going on, and just use the dewdrops. So I already have them placed, and I'm just going to use 3. So I'm going to go ahead and just pick them up and make them permanent. And I'm using 1 medium and 2 smalls. It's pretty much my go-to. Okay. And that is the finished card. Alright guys, definitely let me know what you think in the comments down below. Also remember to check the description box for all the supplies that I used today and my 2 Instagrams that I have. I would love it if you went and followed me on those other platforms as well. And yeah, I'm just obsessed with this card. I'm totally in love. The sentiment is perfect. It's completely fitting for how I feel. And yeah, thanks so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, everyone.